Listen, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because they are getting furious at me and want to take me up out of here. Because ever since I've been starting to do these judgment videos and covering these storms every day, every day, they're facing a plague of Abraham. If they're not getting their asses ripped apart by a wild animal, they are facing booming in the sky, floods, fiery congregations in the city, fires everywhere throughout their cities. They are being flooded out. The Most High said, "Oh, y'all like flooding black towns? I got you. Spiritual recompense. Your judgment is here. This is a judgment." And you go to the comment section, it's nothing but climate change. It's climate change. It's climate change. I told you climate change is real. Climate change. Vote, vote, vote. Red, blue, red, blue. Climate change. Climate change. The book of Obadiah is coming to life. He's really removed the wisdom and the wise men from Edom and taken any type of intelligence from them in these last days. And it's nothing but pride, pride, pride for them. They still refuse to admit they're facing judgment. They still refuse. Becky, it's not climate. Climate change equals judgment. 100 once in a 100-year flood equals judgment. This is all judgment. You're being judged. You are awful, wicked nation. You did awful, wicked things. You thought because your forefathers were sneaky little bastards and chopped up the history book, took the history books and ripped out these pages and ripped out this and ripped out that and ripped out that and took this out, that you guys would be able to rule forever and no judgment. If there was no judgment in the history of the world, nobody would manifest judgment going forward. So if you thought you removed all wicked nations facing an end and coming to extreme judgment, spiritual judgment, divine judgment, that you would never have to face it. But yet here we are. And you have a group of people, us, in the United States, speaking against you every day. JD, remember the speech that JD Vance made about you, me? Remember JD Vance on the 4th of July making that speech about the small few voices but loud that have the fire and brimstone of a Southern Baptist pastor talking about how America's going to pay for everything, how we're a nation of evil, awful people, how we're going to pay, how we're God, how we're this and that. Don't listen to them. We're not facing judgment. We're not being judged. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The book of Obadiah is jumping right off the pages. It warned you. You should have never touched our stuff. You should have never touched our mounds. You should have never come into our gates and touched our stuff. You should have never claimed that you were a Jew. You should have never came to the Americas and claimed that you were indigenous here. You should have never taken the identity of Shem. It said you should have never gone up in our mounds. You should have never touched our pyramids. You should have kept your hands off of our records, kept your hands off of the Bible, claiming it's yours, claiming that you're the descendants of it. Get the hell out of here. Again, for some reason, they keep on taking down my videos. Yesterday, I tried to share on my story just a video from a news story of a flood that was happening in America, and they were pissed. They removed it because it was misinformation, apparently. I literally didn't even write anything on it. I didn't make a video on it. I just shared a news story. That's it. The news story didn't even have anybody talking in it either. It was just showing clips of people driving through a flood, looking at a flood, looking at their cars buried under 7 feet of water. That's it. Nobody's talking. It was just showing the destruction of a town, and they quickly removed it from my story, saying it was misinformation. They know who I am. They're upset. They don't like us talking and laughing in their faces about their judgment, their spiritual recompense. That is here, and all Gentiles, all their little business partners around the world are facing. I made a video before. Are these Chinese and Japanese, are they friends with the white man, or are they that white man's enemy? Are they Edom's enemy, or are they Edom's closest allies? Okay, so what do you think is happening to them? Okay, there you go. But I'm going to say, like I said, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. A white Christian pastor can make a million videos saying that this is judgment. We need America, we need a change. We're going to hell if we don't repent. Look at all the storms that are happening. This is happening because we're letting the LGBT into the school. We used to be such a godly country. Remember when white Jesus used to bless us and let us lynch those? This is judgment. Apparently a white Christian pastor and millions of white people, it's okay for them to make videos saying this is judgment, this is God, and it not be canceled for misinformation. But when a black man does it, it means something, and they don't like that. What did the prophecy of Abraham say? After 400 years, your descendants will be abused. Your descendants will be put into slavery, servitude. Your descendants will be absolutely taken down an awful, wicked nation would come over them and do disgusting, horrible things for them and attempt to take everything from them. After that 400 years, I will quickly bring recompense on that nation, and they will be judged. No matter if they try to switch the history books and the beginning of their 400 years use the Catholic Church to get rid of history and get rid of identities and swap people around here, move this people here, give this people these titles, take this title from this people and give it to them. No matter what they did, they can't do anything. It says we have a strange salvation. Think about what these elites are doing. We're looking at us. Who is telling these people these things? What is strange salvation this is? What is strange salvation? Does it seem like we're losing? Does it seem like we're losing to these people? At the same time, you're facing floods, fires, getting your asses chewed up by wild animals of all sorts, booming in the sky, all the plagues of Abraham. I got my Bible right here with me. I keep this right in the first page. Read that. The 10 plagues of Abraham. Let me read them off to you, and you tell me if these nations seem like they're going through this. 1, sorrow from much needs, shortages. 2, fiery conflagration in the city. 3, destruction by pestilence among the cattle, among the livestock, food. You're eating fucking fake meat. You're eating. I just saw a video from London where a cow farmer or a cattle farmer was saying, I don't know if I can keep this up. I don't know if this is going to be profitable anymore. And somebody in the comments said, cattle farming and working with dairy and cattle is going to be very extinct coming very soon. You're not going to be able to do it anymore. Famine, starvation, no real food. Number 5, destruction by earthquake and sword. Number 6, increase of hail and snow. Number 7, wild beasts will be their graves. Are they not getting ripped apart by alligators, bison, animals of all sorts? Soon your dogs will turn against you. That's what I'm manifesting. I want their dogs to turn against them. Number 8, pestilence and hunger will change them. 9, execution by sword, war, fleeing in distress. 10, thunderous voices, earthquakes, booming in the sky, 4th dimensional war leaking into the 3rd dimension. When you hear those booming in the sky, that's demons in the 4th dimension fighting with each other and fighting with angelic forces, and it manifests down in the 3rd dimension as bangs and booms in the sky and as thunderstorms and lightning. Does it seem like they're facing these plagues right now? Do you want me to go to the book of Obadiah and let's get some wisdom from that? And see how the book of Obadiah is jumping off the pages where it warned you should have not, because of what you've done. You should have not done this. You should have not done that. You should have not touched my people. You should have not cheered and been passing gifts around with the other nations when you took down the American Indians. When you came over here and saw their chambers and underground caves filled with gold and jewels and riches. You should have never laid your hands on their possessions. You should have never gone into the mounds and all over America, the Southeast America, the mound building societies, and you should have never touched their stuff. You should have never claimed their history. You should have never put your hands on the Bible. You should have never put your hand on the Apocrypha. You should have never put your hands on the book of Enoch. You should have never put your hands on the Pseudepigrapha, Jasher, Jubilees. You should have never put your hands on the Israelites' ancient family records and books of prophecies and try to split them up and try to hide them and paint your faces in them and say that they were yours. Because of it, it says you will be cut off forever. You should have never tried to delete my people and bring them down until the point where you found out, dang, we can't get them past 13% of the population. They're not 13% of the population. We just can't get them past 13% of the population. You should have never tried to take us out like that. And because of it, you're being cut off forever and you're facing your judgment. It's not climate change. It's not climate change. It's a change of the guard. We're getting our blessing back. You're going into your curses. We're going into our blessings. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of that which followeth.